Classy old timers against the young guns and the Vanderbilt Handicap on Saturday at Saratoga. $350,000 up for grabs. 6 furlongs is the distance. And Scott Shapiro, no matter how you're going to handicap the race or approach it from a wagering perspective, $7 million in combined earnings. You got to respect Whitmore and Friend's Fire.
No doubt about it. Ferenc Fire, 14 for 34. Only one of those wins at Saratoga. Whitmore, 15 for 41. Also just one win at Saratoga. But like you mentioned, you just got to have a lot of respect for the careers of the 8-year-old gelding in Whitmore's case, the 6-year-old in Ferenc Fire. I don't know about you. I think they might be on the tail end of their careers. How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, it's interesting because if you remember this race last year, it was won by Volatile. Whitmore broke through the starting gate and he still gutted it out to run second. So I thought that was impressive. Won the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Some of his performances are a little bit on the circumstantial side, but even in a slow paced race, I think it gets set up close and at least be a factor in the stretch. I think you got to respect the old timer Scott, but it all starts in every race, particularly in these sprints over a racetrack at Saratoga that has kind of sort of favored speed on the main track with the early pace.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you look at the race, a number of horses with kind of tactical speed, not a ton of true need to lead types, but I look for a 15 to 1 shot in strike power to be the early pace setter coming off the third place effort in the Kelly's Landing at legendary Churchill Downs. You've got some other horses drawn to his inside. Mischievous Alex, a 2 to 1 favorite. Lexitonian's got some tactical zip. And then to his outside, miles ahead coming in from Florida. And Special Reserve, a horse on the improve for trainer Mike Maker. I would expect, Joe, an honest pace, but not a hectic one.
Yeah, and you've got Special Reserve, who should be in a perfect pressing or stalking position from the outside post. This is one of the younger guns, the 5-year-old gelding. But man, is this horse improved since being claimed for 40,000 at Oaklawn in February. He's rattled off 4 wins in his last 5 starts, Scott. You can point to the blinkers being taken off, but when we think of Mike Maker, we think of two-turn races on the turf. He's got a pretty good dirt sprinter here.
Yeah, he sure has. And this is the horse that I did land on as my top pick. I was between Special Reserve and Mischievous Alex, horses that I expect to be just off the early pace. Landed on Special Reserve was a better price. I think he draws better to the outside, although Mischievous Alex could sit that perfect pocket trip. But Special Reserve just looks like a horse on the improve. He won at Pimlico 2-back on May 15th over a racetrack that greatly favored inside horses. It was strike power on the inside. He was on the outside. And then last time toyed with a field in the Iowa Sprint at Prairie Meadows. This is a step up in class moving into a grade 1. Mike Maker, though, off to a strong start at the meet. Joel Rosario takes the call, hoping to get anywhere near that, somewhere near that 9 to 2 morning line price, Joe. How about you?
Got a lot of respect for Special Reserve, Scott. I am a little bit skeptical. You mentioned the class hike. He's never faced the likes of the horses he's going to be facing today. A little bit skeptical of the Iowa Sprint, the Maryland Sprint, some of the races that you mentioned, but he should offer a square enough price. I thought about picking Mischievous Alex, dropping back out of the Metropolitan Mile, the Met Mile last out, where he ran third in a race where it's going to probably look better on paper than it actually was as far as his performance goes. I wound up landing on Frienze Fire. This is a horse that's versatile. I know he's just 1 for 7 at Saratoga, fourth in the last 2 editions of this race. But his last couple of starts, he's been up close to the pace. And I'm with you. I don't see a ton of early speed here over this racetrack. I want a horse that's forward. 14-time winner Frienze Fire might be able to get it done here in his home state.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Mischievous Alex to me is the horse to beat, but I just was a little bit worried about the price. I do think the cutback will benefit this one. The Met Mile wasn't the strongest rendition ever, but Nick's Go, the favorite, did stop. He was on the lead. Mischievous Alex did as well. So off the pace types did do well in there. I'm just really not sure Forense Fire is the same horse as he once was. That is a debatable subject, but he's never been the same horse at Saratoga as he was at Belmont. And I'm a little concerned that he draws between other horses that have similar running styles. So I'm not sure what kind of trip he's going to work out, but there's no doubt his class and ability to get to the wire first must be respected.
Carlos Santana Jr. pulled off the upset in the CCA Oaks last week with Maracuja. He's got 7 wins on Whitmore. Scott and I are both opposing the grizzled veteran. I'm going to go on top with the other veteran rival in this race with Frienze Fire. Scott's going to stick on top with Special Reserve, who certainly is on the upswing in the Vanderbilt. Coming up is race number 8 on Saturday at Saratoga. Don't forget to opt in if you haven't already. Activate that bet back offer. Good the entire Saratoga meet. Good luck.